Good afternoon, YouTube Gubers. Always how I start up, always mess it up. Anyway, afternoon. And I know it's been a while since the last time I posted anything, um, but today's kind of a special day, and we are going on 3 days and 3 years on a Friday, much as today, in October, that I purchased my pickup truck. The 2014 Ecodiesel that I do most of my videos on has now celebrated. Here it is. Has celebrated 3 years and 74,000 additional miles from when I purchased it. So, purchased the truck with 74,000 like 100 miles. Now it's got 74,000 additional miles. It's got 148,735 miles. In those 3 years, it's been a pretty good truck. I mean, other than the recall issues, like if anybody's seen the earlier videos of my AEM recall where the computer exploded and had to have a new computer, and they gave me a Hemi for a week, and I never thought I'd say I don't like a Hemi, but I don't like the Hemi. But anyway, how's the truck done in 3 years? Well, other than, you know, smacking a mailbox when teaching a 16-year-old how to drive, and that cost me not only some paint, a dent, but my mailbox, and some issues with the paint because of the tonneau cover. It's been a pretty good truck. I mean, other than recalls, it has had to have the DEF tank replaced, which it is still using all the DEF. All the systems are still there. It's all still stock. Other than being dirty, a couple scratches, the paint's been holding up really well. But then again, I use a hybrid ceramic wax on it. Interior, other than being dirty, has actually held up pretty well. So, good, you grabbed your lunch.
What?
I said, good, you grabbed your lunch. Have fun. The youngest son going. The reason why there's a dent on the back of my truck is going to work. But everything's held up pretty well. You know, usual touch surfaces are pretty good. Steering wheel leather's held up. All of the interior, again, other than being dirty, because I'm in this truck for 5 days. I think I put about 430 to 450 miles a week on it, and 10 hours almost a week in the cab, in this very spot. It sucks. But that's what happens. I mean, the truck's been to Indiana. It's been to South Dakota. It's been to Ohio 2 times. It's been to... Actually, I think it's been to Ohio 3 times. It's been everywhere, plus all over the state of Missouri with my job and playing around and towing the camper, which is, this year there is no towing the camper. We towed the camper 1 time, and thanks to La Corona, it has been parked. We actually have a permanent spot this year, and we're thinking about doing it again next year. Kind of like the place where we're at. So there's really no more towing with it. I haven't towed a thing. Fuel mileage after all the AEM tunes, because it has had the second one. It does run much better after the second one, but dashboard says 23 usually. Hand calculated around 22. Which still, I'm not going to complain. Everybody's like, oh, they should get much better than that, but not this one. With 392 gears, it's not going to. 22 is pretty good. And you gotta look at what I came from. I came from a Gen 2 with a 318 5-speed 2-wheel drive, and it was getting at best 18. So apples to apples, this one's a little better because they both have the same fuel capacity. The other one had 26, and so does this one. So I'm doing much better with this truck. I can fill it up once a week and be good for the rest of the week. You know, fill it up on Sunday night or Monday morning and drive all week. And I think I only put 20 gallons in it, and that was forcing it today. But other than that, fluid changes have been, oil, fuel filter, nothing big. Although now it's got 150,000, almost 150,000 miles. I got to change the diffs. I got to change the four-wheel drive. I got to change coolant, and I should change the transmission. That hasn't been done yet. And I went to the dealer last Friday because I had to order paint pen, which of course this is deep cherry metallic, and it's a special order paint, and it's only available 2 years, whatever. So yeah, fun. And so I got to start doing all that stuff. But when I went to the dealer, I got a quote on the transmission because I really didn't want to do the transmission myself. They said it was going to be over $500, and they're like, "Well, are you having problems with the transmission?" I said, "No, I'm not having any problems with the transmission. It's just the truck's got almost 150,000 miles on it. I should probably change it here real soon." And they're like, "Oh, that's a lifetime. You don't change that." I said, "What exactly determines the lifetime of a vehicle?" And the service writer said, "I have no idea." The only other problem I had with it was last November, the reluctor wheel that tells the computer and the gauge and the dash where my DEF level is. It went south for the winter. So I had to have the DEF tank replaced, but the extended warranty from the AEM covered that, which I'm pretty much out of now, because I don't even think the extension for the new EGR covers it anymore. So I don't know, but so far it's been a good truck. 6 years old, 148,000 miles. Just good old back and forther, light duty hauling, and towing. I mean, so far it's been a pretty good truck, and I love it to death. If anybody's ever considering buying one, just think about what you're going to use it for. I mean, I use mine to drive, and I drive it a lot, and I drive it far, and I drive it every day. So, I wouldn't suggest one for somebody that's just going to leave it sit for months and months and months at a time, because then you'll start having issues like that one. That one's been an issue pig. So, alright, if anybody's got any questions, just leave them in the comments below. I'll try and answer them if I can. If I can't, sorry, dude. Later.